810 units is 46 units a month. Thanks, Lizy, for sharing your time with us. Welcome to the platform.
Hey guys! This is exciting. I don't think I've ever done this before. If you've met me, you know I tried to avoid people. I want to start off and thank Barry for letting me do this talk. I felt really fired up. I love our theme for today, or for the year. And I hope that the next 25 minutes, you guys let me challenge your mindset on what goal setting is, on how to win, how to break records. And just know that I don't always have the best delivery, but everything I say comes from a deep-rooted passion to make you guys have the most successful year. So what I say next is a little bit controversial, but I mean, this is like a hardcore belief. I think goals are for losers. I said the thing. And when I say that, guys, I want to give you a little bit of context. Don't tell me to go straight to hell. I want you to know that I wouldn't say that it's uncommon knowledge that most of you know that I got fired from my job 5 years ago. But what we never talk about is what it took to go from 0 to 800. And I have heard some crazy shit about how we do that. So I thought it would be fun to maybe just be fully transparent with you guys and let you know a couple things, okay? Number one, my husband was a real estate agent, but he actually stopped being one 4 years ago to start a marketing company. I do partner with my real estate agents on Zillow and Boomtown. I can tell you that the lead to close ratio on that is 1 to 4%. I don't think I have an it factor. Like I said before, I have like a million phobias. And I'm not sure if it's easier to do home loans in Arizona, but I can tell you that there were 1,500 private banks that did at least one loan in Phoenix. So I tell you all of that because I truly believe that there is not one person in this room that isn't capable of breaking records. But it's a choice. So 5 years ago, in April, I was fired from my job. Let me tell you what getting fired looks like. I lost my database, I lost my clients, I lost every piece of marketing I had ever done in my entire life. I lost everything you could save on a computer, not to mention my pride. I have a very aggressive ex-business partner call all of my referral partners and tell them that I had been fired for a TILA violation. And then there were emails and letters to my clients explaining the same thing. And a TILA violation kind of sounds hardcore, right? It sounds like I committed mortgage fraud. But in truthfulness, all that happened was I disclosed a lease purchase contract after I pulled an FHA case file number. Okay? So that is still today the most traumatic thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. I can tell you that the day I got fired over the weekend, I lost 7 pounds. That's a true thing. I cried out, I think for like maybe a day, and by the time I was left, I had 0 eyelashes. I shook so hardcore that it hurt to move. And luckily, I've always surrounded myself with really amazing friends, and my best friend at the time got my story over to Rick Ruby. And he called me on that Saturday. That day, we had a conversation about what it looks like to be a victim or a boss. And I can tell you that whatever the reasons were that I got fired, there's one truth that I know to be true, and that people do not fire people that they like. So regardless of the politics or whatever happened, I just wasn't likable, and I could go down in history as that victim, the girl who was gonna sue them because they told lies about her, or I could make them regret firing me every single day since. So we obviously know I chose the latter, but it wasn't easy, and I can tell you that there was no way that I was ever gonna make it through without a very powerful mantra. And at the time for me, it was, I wasn't gonna go down as a weak link. That was one of the most painful things that they said to me on my way out. And it's the thing that motivated me to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to get to work at 5, to stay until 9 p.m. so that I had enough time to process my loans, call for my conditions, prospect, and then call my leads at night. I did this every single day until I had a team who could support me and had structure and technology. I did that through my second pregnancy. And guys, I mean, this mantra, this pain, right? A lot of us use these things as reasons why we don't succeed. And I swear to God, it's like a superpower once you tap into it. But you gotta lean in. You can't give up, okay? So I will tell you that after that phone call with Rick, I realized that I did have things going for me, believe it or not, okay? I didn't say this before, but I kind of went down like Jerry Maguire in a blazing glory. And 3 people actually walked out with me that day. And so I had a team, and I had my name, and I had my cell phone number, and I had my cell phone contacts, and I also had Facebook. So I had enough items to go ahead and recreate my database, which is huge when you're trying to start over. So let me tell you what Monday looked like for us. We got to work in a place where they weren't expecting us, so it was freshly painted over the weekend. We had only our cell phones because they didn't have desk phones for us. We shared my MacBook and a borrowed computer from one of the other loan officers, and we were rapid hired at Prospect Mortgage. We spent all day calling paper lead trackers, thank God for my homework at the core. And I spent the entire day calling every single person that I had ever met. And instead of defending my case, I owned that narrative. I said, you know what? I am a recovering work terrorist, and I'm gonna do better, right? And if you give me this second chance, I will never let you down, okay? Here's something I know to be true. Everybody loves an underdog, okay? But quality people, they run away from drama. So if you give them a million excuses, the he said, she said, look, you look like part of the problem, but you own a negative narrative, you turn it around, and now I'm the girl that went from fired to freaking breaking records, right? So that very first month, guys, we closed 19 deals, right? That's insane, 19 deals. We had no computers and no phones, okay? And it was the first time in my entire life that I realized that every time I had ever set a goal for myself, I had just capped my potential. I had limited the amount of success that I could have because I told myself that was the furthest that I could get. And when you focus on a process and you submit and you surrender and you trust that people who have been more successful than you will know the way, you do amazing things. You do amazing things. I will tell you that I never got my numbers from Cobalt, so I don't know how many loans I closed from January to April, but I can tell you that from April 13th to the end of that year, I closed 238 deals. Okay, yeah, that's clappable, okay? Now, 238 deals, the most I had ever done before that was 167 deals, and I was a top producer. Okay, 167 deals is hard too, don't get me wrong, but without limits, because you can't set goals when you're in survival. Do you agree with me? The goal is to survive, right? So I closed 238 loans. The next year I would close 412. The year I came to Guild, guys, the year I came to Guild and moved all of my loans, right, in a transition year, I closed 529 loans, okay? That's sick numbers. And let me tell you, I had 0 refinances because I had no database. Right, that's a true story too. The second year I closed 634, and then last year we closed 810 deals. Okay, So, I know there's some of you who are like, I don't really believe that she did this on a mantra and a greatness tracker. So I'm gonna tell you this, it's really that simple. But I can tell you that my greatness tracker and some of your greatness trackers probably look different, okay? When you focus on a process, you master the process. So I will tell you that my greatness tracker only includes conversations where I ask for a lead or I set an appointment, period. If I don't ask for a lead or set an appointment, I don't count it. On average, I see more than 30 people a week. I have 2 leveraged events. And I meet over 20% of all the contacts on that form are new people I've never met or talked to. Okay? Does that look like your greatness tracker? Okay. That's what submitting and mastering a process looks like. Is it sexy? No. Okay? But it's crazy to think that people just excel because they're superheroes, right? I am a 5-foot girl from Nogales, Arizona, raised by her mom with 2 jobs, okay? I don't come from like an elite group of superheroes or smart people or rich people. I'm so basic, and I think that's what the beauty is about all of this. So here's the thing, guys. I want to challenge your mindsets. I want you guys to stop putting limitations on where you can go. I want you to stop saying that my biggest goal is X. Because at the end of the day, like you set a goal, I read this article like 2 weeks ago, you set a goal or say a goal out loud, and the serotonin reward from your brain is the same as if you actually accomplished that goal. Do you ever notice why so many people say, hey, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds, or I'm gonna go conquer the world, and they don't do shit? Okay, that's why. Okay, so you have to have a plan. You have to have a mission. You have to live by purpose. And what you feed your focus is what you become. Okay, so last year was a year that I set out to break records. Okay, this was gonna be the year that we just broke every single record. And things unexpectedly happened in my life. It was the most competitive rate market I have ever seen. Okay, it was also the year that my husband almost died in a freak accident. Okay, it was also a year that I was blessed with a bonus baby. Okay, all of these things happened that were unexpected. Did I have reasons and excuses to fail? Yes. Did I show up anyway? Yes. Look, this is gonna sound super extreme to some of you. You're gonna be like, that girl is crazy. Yes, I'm crazy. But let me tell you this, you cannot do extraordinary things without extraordinary effort. And I am not special. I've just worked super hard for a really long time with purpose. You guys are capable human beings, yes or no? We have the most talented group of people in the mortgage industry, yes or no? Okay, you people, do you want to break records, yes or no? Okay, yes or no? That was weak. Yeah. Okay, so I want to try something with you guys, and something I do with my team every single Monday, because it's super important for everybody as a team, right, to feel that they're part of something bigger. So everyone stand up. For real, everybody stand up. And when I say guild, when I say who are we, you are going to scream guild, okay? And when I say what do we do, you're going to say, we close more loans. Who are we? Yeah. Who are we? Yeah. Who are we? Yeah. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Are we going to close more loans? Yeah. Woo! Does that feel good? Okay. Guys, this was such a huge blessing. And let me tell you from the bottom of my heart, this just made a life goal of mine, because I am somebody who comes from a very rotten place. And that energy, that just proves to me that we're gonna do really great things, that everyone is so capable of a comeback, of change, of conquering things. Guys, let's not have goals. Let's have plans. Let's have purpose. Are you with me? Yeah. Cool. So I'm a little short. Barry, are we cool with that? Okay. Thank you guys so much.